Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I just came back from foraging. You can see a little bit pink in my face. And I went foraging for ground elder. So this is actually a flowering plant that's in the carrot family and it commonly grows in shady area. And people generally, they're edible obviously, and people eat them like spinach. So, and they smell really, really good actually. And you can identify them. They're pretty easy to identify. Actually, they look like this, so you can identify them, but they're 3 leaves on 3 different stems and the little pink stem like that. And odds are that you have actually run into them, even stepped on them, but didn't know what they were. And I didn't actually until a friend of mine showed me these, and so I learned about that. Anyway, so today I wanted to actually share a little about safety and tips when you are foraging. I thought that that's pretty important. And I'm also going to show what we can do with these guys. So foraging is so exciting, and I think doing it with my kids, because I grew up doing it with my grandmother and my mom, and I think a lot of people in Sweden forage, but it is obviously a couple of things you want to think about. The first one is to only eat things that you can identify. This is really important. So you might want to get a book about nature's pantry and plants and flowers, or you want to go out foraging with someone who actually knows things, because there are actually plants that are pretty poisonous out there. And it's important to know, so like for example, I knew that elderflowers are obviously something we pick also here in Sweden, and elderberries, you can make elderberry syrup and stuff like that. What I didn't know about elderberries, and thankfully someone actually shared this, and well, a friend of mine actually taught me about this, that they're poisonous if they're raw. You have to cook them. So once you make syrup, it's fine. So I would say that make sure, again, some things are easier to identify, like a dandelion. Most people, you can't go wrong with a dandelion, or actually even stinging nettles. So this is what I've been sticking to, a lot of things that I know, but I have learned a lot from books and also from friends, and actually getting a little bit more adventures, and I've been foraging a lot more. Last year was actually chamomile, which is also pretty easy to identify. So anyway, it's kind of fun that every year I'm trying to do a little bit more. And it is something so sustainable and grateful to go out and forage food from nature that grows there wild. It's wild. It's really cool. Anyway, so other thing I wanted to think about it is to only pick things that are, has not been sprayed or are far away from a road, for obvious reasons. So for example, rose hips is something that I forage a lot of in the fall, but rose hips grows on obviously on rose bushes, and they do tend to get sprayed a lot because they do get attacked a lot. So you want to make sure that whatever you're picking is not sprayed. I actually was lucky in San Diego. I had a friend who reached out and said that they have a lot of stinging nettles in the garden. I don't know how they got it, but they got it, and like, hey, how do we get rid of these? And I'm like, ooh, can I come and pick them? And once I actually taught them, was teaching them about what you can do with stinging nettles and how beneficial they are, they weren't so sad about having them in the garden. But at least I knew that their garden wasn't sprayed. But when you're in nature, you really want to make sure that it's not sprayed and it's far away from a major road. And obviously always soak everything you're picking when you come home. You never know, there could be bugs, could be all kinds of things, dirt, grind. So you want to soak all the things and take care of it. And also I would say that when you are out picking in nature, you want to be respectful. So first of all, here in Sweden we have almost right, which means that we can go to any forest and we can go pick things as long as we're respectful. But in different places in the world, there's different rules. So you want to make sure you're not going to pick something on someone's private property and get into trouble. And you also want to leave wherever you're gone, so you don't uproot. I hate this in the fall when there are mushroom pickers. And especially, we actually here in Sweden have a lot of foreign mushroom pickers. They get paid to come do it. What they do is they identified obviously the mushrooms by looking underneath them, but they pull them up by the root. So whatever that they don't want to use is poisonous, they just throw them. And I think that's disrespectful. Like, don't uproot things unless you really, really have to. For example, obviously when dandelions, if you want to have the root for making tea or coffee, then obviously you're going to have to uproot them. But don't just uproot things and throw. Don't step on things and break things. So you want to leave things like really nicely and only forage and pick what you need, your share. Like, leave it, because a lot of these things are also food for nature. So we want to think about that. For example, the dandelions is the bee's first food. And yesterday I actually got to sit and enjoy a bumblebee that was feasting on some dandelions when I was picking some leaves. So you don't want to like take it all, and so don't be greedy. Just take whatever you need. And when it comes to obviously stinging nettles, there is a lot of stinging nettles. It's the same thing. There's a lot of ground elder. So I will pick more of those things, and those are my green vegetables for the winter too. And then obviously also protect yourself when you're out. So bring some gloves and bring something to keep whatever you're picking in, and also wear long pants and socks and boots or rain boots and long arch sleeves, because there are ticks out there. Everyone in my family has actually got bitten by a tick because we're out doing this. And so when you come home, even if you're fully dressed, just check, especially on kids, check. We have found like ticks on the most funny places, like in the armpit of one of our kids, actually in the scalp on Bella. So you want to like check, and if you end up getting like something that looks like a bullseye rash, you get bitten by a tick and you can't see the tick anymore, you've got to go to the emergency room right now. Like, you're not going to die or anything like that, but it has happened to all of us. And you also can run into snakes, like I said, or for us, when we go picking blueberries, they can also be bears who wants to eat the blueberries. So you want to be a little bit cautious. And again, this is nature. So, and you're visiting all the animals and wildlife that are there. This is their home, so be respectful. So those are just a couple of my things to think about. I'm sure there are more, and if you have any more like tips, please drop it in the comment below, and I will bring it up. Anyway, so from these, I'm gonna do two different things. I'm actually gonna make a pesto, and I'm gonna first just dip them in some, I'm gonna first soak them to get rid of any dirt, and then I'm gonna just put them in the hot water, and then I'm gonna make pesto, which is really, really yummy, a vegan pesto. And then second thing, I'm actually gonna make, and I saw this some other influencer, and I can't remember who it was, and I'm sorry, but I'm actually gonna make ground elder chips instead of kale chips. So we'll see how that works out, but I think it's gonna be really good. Okay, let's go. done. Here are the chips. They came out so well. Okay, try one. And it's so good. They're literally, because they're so thin, and the little lemon peel on it helps with the bitterness. I don't find them to be bitter. Oh, these are so good, and they will last for a long time. And then I have the pesto, which is literally just the leaves, toasted sunflower seeds, a little bit of salt, lemon peel, and oil, and that's it. And chickpea, actually aquafaba, a little bit of chickpea, because I don't like too much oil in my food, but it came out really nice and creamy and super easy. So please, if you like this video, if it was helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, come back for more fabulous, budget-friendly foraging, gardening, zero waste tips. Bye.